Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Ford F-350 with the XL off-road package, aka the poor man's Tremor. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this particular truck is the standard Power Stroke, so it's a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 475 horsepower and then 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So you notice at the very top we do have cab lights with this truck, and then you just have the standard Super Duty hood here, and then being an XL, we've got the base headlights, and then the grille's darker in coloration, tow hooks here at the front, and then we have fog lights. But the most important part is we have a much smaller air dam with this package. And not only does that smaller air dam make the truck look cooler, but it improves the approach angle compared to the standard Super Duty. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285, 70, 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you've got kind of like some silver and chrome, a little bit more of a baseline wheel, but beefy all-terrain tires. That's a big part of this package, similar to what you have on the Tremor. And then you guys can see the front suspension here with this truck. And then we have our XL F-350 badge, 6.7L Power Stroke badge there on the side. And then this one is a super cab, so it's a slightly smaller cab configuration. And then we do still have the bedside step here. And then of course, being a 350, we've got chunky leaf springs. But here is your full side view with the truck. So you guys can see the stance there with the off-road tires and everything. And it looks like this one does have an 8-foot box. Now here's a look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We've got the remote start function, flip out key there as well. And then you guys can see the Ford logo here on the back. And popping into the back, so first off, the tailgate isn't dampened, so you do have to like release it slowly. You can see the ruler here, and yeah, not a lot happening here in the bed. It does have the cargo tie down points, but yeah, you can always add the bed liner after the fact and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyways, lifting that up, pretty simple. And then you guys can see all of the badges and everything here. And then look at the taillight, pretty cool. And then FX4 off-road, got the little bumper step here, and then you got the double exhaust tip set up for the Power Stroke. And so putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with this XL with the off-road package. Ooh. So with the Super Cab, yeah, it opens up suicide door style. So you can see pretty basic with the door panel material and everything. Again, this is an XL at the end of the day, but you do have a ton of storage space there. And if we actually pull this little strap right here, I release the seat. So you guys can see the cloth seats here in the back, and getting in is actually kind of difficult because you guys can see it's pretty raised up and there's nothing to really grab on except for the seats. So like, I guess you just put your foot up and then grab the headrest, and yeah, that's kind of how you get in. This one has vinyl floors, which is always nice, but yeah, it's a little bit more cramped back here being the smaller cab. You can see the charging ports here in the back, but then headroom, it's actually good. And then taking a look at the front door panel, again, you guys can see more basic with the material use. We got all of our window controls, front to our automatic, got your mirror adjustments, door lock and unlock, and then you can see the mirrors do have the heated function, and then tons of storage. And then if you're wondering, we've got 3,734 pounds of payload. And then here are the seats, and with the front nice cloth trim, they are manually adjustable. Got your parking brake here, and then you can see all the light controls, and then look at the silver there. And bada bing, bada boom. Pop out the key here. Boom. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, a little bit more basic with material use. And you guys can see the controls here for the center stack. We've got our cruise control, volume controls, voice command controls, you know, all the normal stuff. Turn signal, windshield wiper stock as well. And then we got our column shifter there for the 10-speed automatic transmission. You got your manual shift function as well. Now here's the gauge cluster. It's mostly analog. We do have that little screen there in the center, which we can use to see different bits of info on systems within the truck itself. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera. Trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. Pretty good resolution overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the different functions, don't mind that. Response time with the different functions is pretty good. It does take a second for some of the pages to load up. Notice it does come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is pretty cool. And we got our diesel exhaust brake here at the top. You can see that for the hazard lights, stability control, and then your hill descent control. Trailer brake controls down below, and then we've got our drive line select here. So 2-speed transfer case, rear locking differential, and then your drive mode select. Basically just has the normal Super Duty drive modes here, so nothing too crazy happening with this truck. And then single zone climate, we also have our controls for the radio, and then we've got some charging ports down below, and then more storage. Some cup holders here, and then look at the center console, pretty nice. And I got a bunch of keys up there, but I guess I'll move those out. Put those there, and we've got the bench seat here, and then there is more storage underneath the seat as well. And now my tripod's in the way. Okay, outside of me being a mess, we've got glove box. That one's not closable, this one's closable and lockable. And then again, more base with the dash design. It does have a power sliding window, which is nice. And it looks like we've got all 6 auxiliary switches here at the top, which is cool. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker. The big thing is this XL off-road package. It's only $1,000. I think it's worth it if you're getting an XL. So yeah. Anyways, total MSRP $66,645. And wait for it. Let's see how it drives. So let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and let us set off. So I'm using this driving portion for 2 different videos. I did a comparison Power Stroke versus 7.3 gas V8, and then I'm doing a review on this XL with the off-road package. So basically how I'm gonna content this, whatever you want to say, is at the end of the video. So if you're watching the XL review, then it'll just, you know, we'll kind of have a cutoff point, and then we'll have an extra segment for the comparison at the very end. But anyways, let's set off. First off, steering's heavier in the diesel compared to the gas truck. That is interesting. And I'm in 2-wheel drive with both. I was in 2-wheel drive with that truck too, so interesting that the steering just feels heavier. But it makes sense because the front end of this truck is quite a bit heavier with that big diesel powertrain. Gotta love that engine. It's got such a crispness to it. I love it. But yeah, smooth, super smooth. These bigger tires I think do help out, and they do make a little bit more road noise than the street tires you're gonna get on other Super Duties. So just kind of understand that, yeah, you're gonna get a little bit more tire noise, but it's not the worst thing on the planet, right? Another thing I would say is seat comforts. These cloth seats are actually pretty dang comfortable, surprisingly. More comfortable than you might otherwise expect. Just got to make sure people don't go over the line here. People in Layton are crazy! Just kidding, but also not. Power Stroke's got some power. Smooth, again with the transmission. Man, that guy was trying to cut me off. This is what I'm talking about, Layton people. Yeah, really smooth. Again, it seems like there's a little bit more noise with this tire setup, but it's not bad. So much torque. I mean, you just barely have to get in the throttle and this thing moves. It's really impressive. This thing you love. That's the thing I love about diesels, is just the torque that they have. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, that's fun. It's just right up. It's really cool. Yeah, I really like the smooth factor with this. It's great. So to cap things off quickly for the XL off-road package video, and then we'll kind of get into the comparison stuff. Yeah, trucks, it drives really well. Again, like I said, there's a little bit more noise from the all-terrain tires, but I wouldn't say it's at a detriment to the truck, if that makes sense. It's not enough to where it's like, oh, that's annoying, right? It's like, it's just kind of like par for the course with this truck. So not bad, but a little bit more noise there. But the tires do kind of, right, because they're so big, they kind of act as a secondary shock absorber, so it does smooth things out a little bit. So overall, yeah, I mean, great driving experience with the XL off-road. So if you're watching that review, I'll see ya